We'll open her. Not anymore. My room. I have no makeup on and I'm exhausted, so this tomorrow will be better. It's 7:45 and he's saying everyone has to get out. I guess the pools close at 7:45. I'm going to the shower, going to check out dinner. So I decided to splurge. I guess I'm next to a river, so maybe I thought the fish would be good. So I got grilled fish with rice.
Guys, this is one of the perks of waking up at 6 a.m. every day. It's like 6:45. The sun's just coming up. And then waking up to birds and the river. Like, listen to this. I'm just in like a sports bra. I gotta get water ready.
Here for like an hour and then go try and go to the actual cave, which my bus driver said it's like the reason this place got famous. Yeah, the water's really hot here. I kind of want to walk the whole way through the tunnel, but I'm still like dressed, so maybe I'll take all my stuff off and then try and close her off now. I got my bag and I'm gonna go through the tunnel. I don't want to go to that side though, that side's creepy. Maybe if I have like a flashlight, but I'm getting to the first spot of like, it's raining a lot, so hopefully my phone makes it. I didn't see this on the way over. There's a whole other tunnel off the tunnel. I think that's like a pool. That just scared me so bad when I looked behind the waterfall in the cave and there was a guy. Alright, found my own little private pool. Cute. And he also told me that going to the cave, which is like the original part of here, that you're not allowed to take anything with you, just like a towel. So I had a bag with me with like sunblock and money and a bunch of stuff. Obviously I want to take my phone. So he said if you buy like a waterproof thing at the store, you can take your phone in it. So this was 150 pesos. And it's like waterproof. I'm gonna put my phone in it, my key, and some money. My shuttle friend told me on the weekends it's so busy here, you can only spend maybe 20 to 30 minutes in the cave. But now since it's so dead, he's like, you should be able to be there as long as you want.
What you wanna do, babe?
Everyone has water shoes except for me.
What you wanna do, babe? What you wanna do?
Water shoes.
What you wanna do,
I think I give up. I lost my shoe. I'm losing my contacts. The cave was rough. I literally almost lost my contacts. Yeah, that was an experience. In the cave it was super hot, but then when you're leaving, the water that's like falling down is freezing. There's the waterfall. So nice. And I need to go pack up my stuff and check out. I did not get to the end of the tunnel. I wish I did. But definitely like bring actual water shoes, because in flip-flops, at one point I lost my shoe. And like my toes hurt. They almost got taken away by the current. So yeah, get water shoes. I think they sell them here actually. I just thought I would be good. I was not good. No. I am a disaster right now. I have 13 minutes to pack up all my stuff and check out. Like, I'm not ready at all. I also wanted to shower quick. So, yeah, let's go. Did not wash my hair, but I'm ready. So, it's 12 o'clock. I think I'm gonna take the bus at 1:30, the shuttle to leave here. I'll probably go down here and like have a beer by the river and then hike the whole way back up there to leave. There's a store right here above the river. He said I can buy a beer and drink it next to the river as long as I don't take it like in the river. So 30 pesos, it's US 150 for a big beer. I'll have to look at the exact price of the tents. I think the like 2-person one was like 120 pesos or something, which would be $6. And supposedly the people set it up for you. And yeah, they're just right here next to the river. So that would be amazing if you were like with people. Okay, so essentially I feel like a day trip would be enough time to do everything. It was also really nice just like staying in the hotel here, like unplugged from everything. So I think overnight is better, but a day trip might be easier if you don't want to have to worry about like public transit wasn't hard, but if you don't want to have to deal with that, you know, a day trip might be easier. They just drive you there, run around for the day. You don't have to worry about a hotel or anything. So, I mean, I could have walked up to reception, but there's this little motorcycle thingy that I'm taking. It was 80 pesos to get from the river here to reception, which is like a lot. I mean, it's $4, but when you compare, like, the whole park is 150, it's kind of a lot to pay 80 just to get taxied up there, but I wanted to video it. I feel like I'm gonna bounce off of here. So that is the thing that drives you crazy. So I just got on the shuttle to Tolantongo and then one more. So that's the shuttle from Las Grutas, and there's a bus right here that takes you to the other bus station. This was the colectivo. Yeah, so it was 12 pesos from where we got off of the shuttle from Las Grutas. I was the only one that had no idea what it was, but I asked the other people on the bus and they said, yeah, that's a colectivo. So now I'm crossing the street to the bus stop. Okay, so tips about going to Las Grutas. So obviously I think everyone should go, but there are a couple things like you need to know before going. So number one is make sure you go on a weekday. If you go on a weekend, I'll post here, like you can check on Google how busy things are on different days, and you can see it's so like not busy during the week, and on the weekend it's crazy. The shuttle driver was telling me as well, like on the weekend you are not gonna have pools by yourself. You have to wait and like have limited time in the cave and the tunnel. So yeah, that's tip number one. Second tip, the hotels do not take reservations at all. Like you can't call, you can't do it online, nothing. The hotels are first come, first serve. So if you get there late, especially on a weekend, and there are no rooms, then there are no rooms. You're either camping or leaving for the night. Yeah, so definitely get there early if you want to stay overnight. So when I was in Ixmiquilpan, I had just missed the shuttle, so I was really worried that there weren't going to be hotel rooms, and I was by myself, so I didn't really want to go camping. I feel like I would have froze by myself in a tent. Yeah, so I called Las Grutas when I was in Ixmiquilpan to ask if they still had rooms, and they said that they still had a lot of rooms. So yeah, I think, you know, if you're like pushing it, if you're not sure, if you're worried, just call them and ask. You know, you can't make a reservation over the phone, but they can tell you if, you know, there's a lot of rooms or if there are no rooms. Third tip, everything at Las Grutas is cash only. So the park tickets, the shuttle bus, the hotel rooms, yeah, anything that you buy in the stores, restaurants, everything is cash only. So you need to take like a decent amount of cash with you. Because especially since the hotel rooms, you can't make a reservation. So you have to pay your hotel room cash. If you don't have cash, the closest ATM is in Ixmiquilpan, which is like an hour away on the shuttle bus. So yeah, really important, have cash. So next is, there are 2 hotels. Well, I think 3 and a new one maybe. Anyway, there's like 2 locations. There's hotels up by the pools, and then there's hotels down by the river and the cave. And to get between them, like, I walk a lot. I am fine walking. I did not want to walk between them. It was like a solid 5-minute shuttle ride, and it's up this like dirt road, uphill. Like, it's just, you definitely don't want to walk it. So if you don't have a car, if you're not driving, the shuttle goes every like 15 to 20 minutes between the 2, and it's 10 pesos cash per person. So it's easy, it's cheap. I only took it the first day. Well, I stayed in the lower hotel, so I only took it there and back, like 2 round trips. The first night, because I wanted to see the pools right away, and then the next morning I went back to the pools when there weren't people there yet. So I spent 40 pesos total. Yeah, but 10 pesos per person per shuttle trip. As well, the rooms are really, really basic. So they were nice. Like, I showed my room, it was nice. You know, there's a comfy bed, there's a really big shower. I paid the 800 pesos to get a balcony instead of the non-balcony cheapest room was 750. But there is no Wi-Fi, there's no TV, and according to their website, the only cell phone to get service in Las Grutas is Telcel. So yeah, you need to be prepared to be like kind of cut off in terms of like Wi-Fi, electronics. All right, last tip. Bring water shoes. You saw me in the cave if you watched the vlog, and I thought I'd be okay in flip-flops because like I go hiking, I'm athletic. Yeah, I thought I'd be fine. I was not okay. I mean, I also had one hand. I was trying to film with one hand and like pull myself up ropes with the other hand. But yeah, with the current, like I lost my shoe at one point. It was so much harder to walk, and you could see everyone else had water shoes on. If you drive to Las Grutas, there are so many places along the road, and they have like big signs that they're selling water shoes. So if you pass them, stop, find cheap water shoes. It will make like the cave and the tunnel so much better if you have actual water shoes. I go pretty much everywhere just on public transit. The bus system here is really good. It's really easy to get to places outside of the city, and Las Grutas is one of those places. So to start to get there, I went to the North Bus Terminal in Mexico City. So like the Norte, whatever, terminal. And from there, I bought a ticket to Ixmiquilpan. So North Terminal, you go the whole way to gate 8. So it's at the very end. When you walk into North, the very, very left side will be gate 8. and you can ask them for a ticket to Ixmiquilpan. They were running like really frequently the whole day, and it was, I believe, 194 pesos, and it takes 3 hours to get there. So that's the first part of the bus route. Second is once you get to Ixmiquilpan, you get off the bus. It was not the last stop, so I had to watch on my phone, like, okay, I think I'm here. I asked them, they said like, yes, it's Ixmiquilpan. You can take a colectivo bus, which is basically like a shuttle van type thing. I took that on the way back, so it was 12 pesos, and they take you to the other bus stop, which has like the smaller shuttles, which will go directly to Las Grutas. So if you get off the bus, you can just ask anyone like where to get the colectivo for Las Grutas. Or I walked there. You get off the bus, it's like 2 turns, and then up by this really big church, there's a huge parking lot with all of these like van shuttles in it, and there's a really big sign for Las Grutas. And yes, it was like a 15 to 20 minute walk. It wasn't bad, and Ixmiquilpan was actually cute. Like, I walked through a little kind of market area. There's a church, a park. So yeah, it was like a nice walk. No complaints. I was fine walking it. So got to the shuttle area. Then you have to take the actual shuttle from there in Ixmiquilpan to Las Grutas de Tolantongo. On the weekends, I guess the shuttle runs every hour, and it takes an hour to get there. But if you go on a weekday, it only runs 5 times a day. So these are the times that it was running when I was there right now. Obviously, they may change. Those were posted as well on their website, which I'll put the website in the description. But yeah, so check the bus times. If you're taking the bus from Terminal Norte in Mexico City, try and leave, 3.5, 4 hours early so that you have time for the 3-hour bus ride and then the 15-minute walk, or if you take the colectivo, like a 5-minute drive. Yeah, so then that shuttle takes an hour to take you from Ixmiquilpan to Las Grutas. It costs 50 pesos, and they take you directly like to the hotels. So when you get to Las Grutas, the first stop is for the upper hotels by the pools, which when I went there, the upper hotel was full. So I had to go to the lower hotel. But again, I got there at like 6:30 p.m. So I got there really late. So when I was in Ixmiquilpan, I called Las Grutas and I asked, like, I know I can't make a reservation, but are there still rooms? And the guy said they had like bastante rooms. It's like they had so many rooms. So I felt better then. I wasn't worried about it. But you can always do that and call from Ixmiquilpan. And if they don't have rooms, there are so many hotels in Ixmiquilpan that you could stay in. Yeah, and then shuttles leave Las Grutas to go back to Ixmiquilpan, kind of on like the same schedule. So the same, pay 50 pesos. It'll take you the hour back to Ixmiquilpan. You can go to, back to Mexico City. It was not hard. The only thing that might be hard is the timing. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. And I do not know everything, but I will try and answer whatever I do know. Thanks.